2 buttons. No. No. Okay. That one is for the attack. Well, the first frame of attack. And then the next one will be for crouching. I'll just do a very simple crouch right now. Just move him down. And then hook that up to that. So now he's crouching, and if I do this, it's going to be at the same position as where it would be instead of moving with the keyframe. So this is a problem. So you can't layer keyframes properly if you use the IK. I was under the false assumption, because I've done this before and it worked, but apparently it's not working anymore. I don't know why. But you used to be able to just rotate things up to the point and then delete that, but it's not working anymore. Maybe if I move it instead? No? That's a bit weird. So what you have to do, if you want to layer keyframes, you have to just do rotation. Are we in the keyframe right now? We're not. There we go. So I want to take, first of all, let me, why is it? Equip the damn banana sword. There we go. Okay. So if we get it in the similar or same position now, and then layer the keyframe, I can show you that doing it this way is much more preferable, as you get what you want when you layer them. So let's put that down, put down another blank keyframe. It is a lot more effort to do it that way, but you get like way easier results in the end. So now he'll hold it, and if we crouch, I didn't set this one up yet. If we crouch, there we go. So crouching, see, it moves with his body now. Instead of like before, it was moving, it was in the same place. He was trying to put his hand in the place where you put it, instead of having his arm in the position that you wanted it. So it was having the hand at the exact position. So what you need to do to bypass this is do this rotational method, which is a lot more time and effort, but it's worth it, at least in my opinion. So if we go back in here, we want to have like a attack stance. So this is the actual keyframe. It's the actual animation itself this time. I won't go explaining everything again. Okay. And then forgot. There we go. Makes it much easier to animate when you actually have the parts you want animated. Alright. So that's the first keyframe. And then what you can do is copy this, make it like a second longer. No. I'm gonna lead up into it. Alright. And then we can copy it another time. This time we'll have it like really shortly after. And we can copy the initial pose and put it at the 2-second mark. Alright. This is a really simple animation. It could be done a lot better than what I'm doing, but this is for demonstrating, really. Make him lunge forward a bit. That's gonna have to be good enough. Okay. And there's an animation. You want to make it as close as possible to the last keyframe. And now, as we attack, should get that result. Did I delete something? No. Is this not? That's what's wrong. Okay. There you go. A keyframe is basically a keyframe is a data set, as in it is a bunch of like numbers, or it stores the state of something. So a keyframe, this keyframe for example, it stores the rotation data of his arms and the rotation and position data of his torso and his feet. That is what a keyframe is. We try to find a way to make this more violent of an attack. There we go. Now, when you're doing keyframe, it's generally, not a keyframe, but an animation. It's generally what you want to do is, if you want the player to keep moving for an attack like this, is you're going to want to turn down the sway, like a lot. You want to turn down all the sassiness, all the sway, all the lumberiness. You want to make them as stiff as possible. No armor vigor, no springiness, no stiffness. And that should... well, actually, you know what else is happening? Is this is active. So, what I'm going to do... This is another thing with keyframes that you can do. You don't just have to move things and animate things. You can also keyframe logic, which means I can take this stuff in here and keyframe it. So when he is doing an animation, we won't get this overlapping keyframe right here, which is his running animation, or at least part of the running animation. So what I can do with this is turn off the switch. So now when this is active, it will be off, and we should see the correct behavior, I believe. There we go. Look at that. So now we got an item pickup with a simple animation for attacking. Again, this is like, I made that as fast as possible for the animation, so it could be a lot better. Another thing that I need to do to finish this off is I'm going to get this and have it forget continuously and sword. So make it so you can only attack when you have the sword, and also make it attack so you can also make it only do this when you have the sword equipped. In order to do that, that's pretty easy. You can just take this over here, open this up, have it so when it's equipped, this is on. So you don't even really need this, because otherwise this won't even be turned on with that information either way. Because if this is 0, then this will be off, and this output will always be 0 as well. So now we have the sword pickup. I can turn this off. Oop, there we go. Picked up the sword off the ground, put it in hand, then we can swing with it. Isn't that cool? You can also manipulate it so the animation's a bit faster. Don't even have to edit the keyframes at all. You can just change back the playback speed. Make it like 25% faster, something like that. Now we got a nice heavy attack. Two-handed. You notice that he's keeping his hands on the sword as much as possible. Except when he's jumping, because there's another keyframe stuff with that. So, even without the inventory gadget that they have removed for the beta, I have no idea if it's coming back or not. Even with that removed, you can make an inventory, and you can use that and have that and this for an attack animation. And also, we can make it so when he has a sword and when he attacks, one thing you can do here is, well, this is actually really good, because I can make it so only this part is lethal, you could say. Put down a health modifier, put it down here. Modify it. -100 per hit on impact? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's do that. Instant kill, banana sword. Doesn't that seem fun? Okay. So then we can go into here and make it so only when you're actually hitting, like attacking, that is active. Okay, so got to turn it off by default. Okay. And then when this is active, so that'd be right there. So now should have it. Okay, yep. Now if we put down an enemy over here, which can literally just be another character. And from there, let's try it out. He's dead. Yeah, I can make it glow. Let's do that. It's gonna be easier if I do this on my. Yep, there we go. Okay. Can go into the same keyframe. Go in here. Make it glow. Now it doesn't have to be that color. We can make it tint red when you are attacking as well. There we go. So now when you attack, it'll turn red. And also, you say, oh, well, it's not, it doesn't fade. Well, you can make it fade like that. So if you want like a keyframe to fade in and out, you got these like little things up here on top of the gadgets. So now you can pick it. Oh, I'm the wrong person. I do not want to be that person. Okay, there we go. Now it fades out. You can also, from here, we want to make a trail. Okay. So for that, you want to go into effects mode. Well, not effects, just painting. Let's make it like kind of pinkish. Reddish. I'm not very good at painting on this, by the way, so it might not look to your expectations, but I'm trying my best. Okay, so now we can take this a bit bigger, have this glow, let's have him finish. Oh, there we go. And then do that. Cool. So now we have that glow, and one thing I can do, hopefully, let's see here. Make it effect like this. Look at that.